That's one of those moments that me as a leader in this organization, our player leaders, where they understood, I think, who they were, where they were, and what they were doing.
The most satisfying victory of your career to date would be what?
When we came to our team meeting in Florida a few weeks after being locked out by the National Football League. You're there with 100 of the player leaders. We've just been locked out. The league has pulled the trigger on what they consider to be the most potent weapon that they have to make the players submit to their economic proposal. And we take a vote down there about whether we're going to stick to our plan and go forward, or whether we're going to try to figure out what to do. And when you're among those group of players and there's no panic, there's no concern, there's no drama, and you watch a group of extremely young men conduct their business in a reasoned and deliberate way, that was a victory of the 3 previous years.
The deal the NFL and NFLPA reached to have labor peace for...
I don't believe in labor peace.
You don't believe in labor peace?
We have, hey, look, here's what we have.
It's
a business relationship. Does it mean that there aren't things that we should be striving for to be better? Yes, but it's a business relationship.
How about take me into the best negotiating session you had with the commissioner as that agreement was being reached? Maybe the most memorable moment for you from that process, actually in the room at the bargaining table?
Probably the best moment, or one of the most memorable moments that we had, was in New York during the last few days leading up to whether we were going to get a deal or not. And there's probably 20 of our players, our senior leadership in the room, everybody from Jeff Saturday to Tony Richardson to Drew to Kevin Mawai. I think Tyson Clabo was there from the Atlanta Falcons. And up on the ticker across the TV screen, we see that John Mackey's passed away. That's one of those moments that me as a leader in this organization, our player leaders, where they understood, I think, who they were, where they were, and what they were doing. For a player like John, who was our first president, to battle all of the things, many of the things that you and I just talked about, but on a much worse scale. John lost his job as a Hall of Fame tight end because he had the courage to stand up to represent players who were probably going to benefit more in the future than they were presently. And for a man who loved to play football as much as they did, he made the decision knowing that it would probably cost him his job. And it did. And the only people who took it away from him were the same collective group of owners, albeit removed by a few decades. But the same group of people that we are negotiating with are the same group of people that yanked from John Mackey something that he loved to do. And he willingly stood up to do it because he knew that it was the right thing to do and it was going to benefit players long after he left. And for our group to have that moment of silence in that room for John Mackey, while we're separated a few doors in a big law firm trying to figure out whether or not we're going to play football. Of all of the negotiation sessions, that's probably the one that I dig the most.